And it appears we are live already. Yay! YouTube is on the ball tonight. Yes, it is.
Woohoo!
You know what? I completely vegged out. I forgot to put up a notice that we were going live. I feel like an idiot.
It's cool, Stan. It happens to all of us.
Well, I know, Leo, it happens to you quite often, brother, but that's okay.
Ha ha
ha. Alright. Well, we are live, so let's do this. Welcome to the first HorrorCast podcast. Say that 3 times really fast.
HorrorCast podcast, HorrorCast podcast, HorrorCast podcast, HorrorCast podcast.
I like that kind of show.
I like the Who's.
Alright, welcome to the show, everybody. This is our first one, so let's see how we run it. This is going to involve everything from the horror genre, because we're huge horror fanatics. I know me, Jeepers, and Leo, all 3 of us are. And Fork and Ghost pretty much are too. They just hide it from the general public.
So I'm going to go with every time you say horror in that voice, it comes across as horror.
I like the whores.
We all like whores.
It's a whore.
I like the voice.
I understand. I'm just letting you know I keep hearing horror.
Comes across
Say
like
female me.
Alright, first we have Fork Boy. What's going on, Mr. Fork?
I am doing this horror podcast while I'm trying to track down Ghost on Fortnite. This is not working well. But yeah, Forkboy Gaming, you can catch me on Twitter at Forkboy Gaming and on Twitch at Forkboy Gaming, where me and the Forking crew kind of screw around, do whatever we want, kind of play whatever game, and just
was that
there to
zip
kind of make you laugh a little bit. Oh, you were not where you were.
And Jeepers, what is going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Super excited to do this. Been waiting, man, like a month, I think.
Oh, we've been planning this for a while now.
Maybe even more than that.
And we had a couple people they weren't able to make it at last minute, so we're going to run with what we got and just do our thing anyway.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
And Mr. Leo, what's going on, dude?
Nothing much, Satan. This is kind of weird. My first podcast. I hope I do okay. And
this is your first. I forgot. We're taking your cherry.
My cherry is popped.
Love popping that first cherry.
All right, and Mr. Ghost, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, Satan. Thanks everybody coming out for the first casting of Who's, and let's have a good time.
Whores. The Whores cast.
I'm here for the whores. $1, $2.
Oh, yeah.
All right, first question, and I am going to go to Jeepers for this one because I know it's taken him just as long as it did me to figure this one out. Name your top 5 movies, Jeeper.
All right. You killed me with this question, Wilmy. You killed me. There's so many good horror movies. And I decided to go back and think of movies from my childhood because those are the ones that got me excited most about them. Well, I wouldn't say childhood. Some of them are from my childhood. Some of them are from my teen years. But first and foremost, when I was 9, I saw this movie called The Puppet Master.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know if anybody remembers. It was cheesy as hell. But
very cheesy.
Cheesy
Classic
as hell.
B-rate horror.
But when you're 9 years old and you see little puppets running around killing people, and there were boobs in it, you know what I mean? It was awesome. So that was my first. And then I would say second would have to be, let's go with Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it's Ash. And even though it's more of a comedy / horror, man, that movie was awesome. Who else can say they shop smart? S smart.
S
I love that. And then let's see. I got a list. I'm trying to go down on what would be the best. Let's say number 3. I don't know if any of you remember this one, but The Prophecy.
I remember The Prophecy.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that one in a while.
The Prophecy got a lot of bad attention back in the 80s because it was supposedly causing Satanists to go out and kill other people.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I hadn't heard that. Jesus.
Well, then you're going to like my next ones because they get even worse. So then number 4 would have to be Lord of Illusions. If you guys remember that one. Yeah, the Cole.
Old school.
Old school, yeah.
Very old school.
But so good, And then number 1, In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh.
Which I loved.
Wow, that's another good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So nothing Jason or anything but like that, but those were some of my favorites as a kid.
Good list. Very good list.
Thank you.
Fork, what would be your top?
Leprechaun.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
There you go.
Just the first one. The other ones I really didn't care for, but Leprechaun, the first one.
By the time you got to Vegas, I got a little played out. I understand.
Yeah.
You didn't like Leprechaun in Space, man?
No, it got
Leprechaun in the Hood.
In the Hood. Yep.
It just got really weird, really quick.
He's killing gangsters.
Leprechaun in the Hood is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
The Ring, Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh.
Alien, and the original Halloween, and I also got to throw an Evil Dead in there because I did like that one too.
Oh, everybody loves Evil Dead, man.
Especially the original.
Yo.
Well, he was
I
pussy
also love
in the
Army
original.
of Darkness. Like Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness are all like, to me, are like, I don't know. I love all 3 of them. They're great movies.
I thought they did really good with the new Evil Dead too.
Same here.
They did. Actually, I think the remake should probably be one of the best movies in a long time. It's been out 8 years ago now.
I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like 6, 8, something like that.
Yeah, great remake. I think it's almost as good as the original.
And if there is a horror movie I did see when I was like 10 years old, I don't even know what the name of it was. Never seen all of it. All I remember is this lady was watching a movie, and this thing kept coming out of the pool, eating different people, and that's about the extent of it. So that's that. Yeah, good luck helping me with finding out what that one is.
Oh, I can tell you that was my mother-in-law, dude.
Oh God!
6 years for Evil Dead.
6 years, okay, but I still think that was almost as good as the original. It was just missing Ash. That was the only thing. He didn't have the chainsaw. So, all right, and Leo, give me your top.
Okay, my very first one, I went with the very first horror movie I ever saw back when I was like 6 or 7. That was Nightmare on Elm Street. I've always been a Freddy fan since then.
Me too.
Next would probably be Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Then we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Always been a big fan of that one. And then
There you
Event Horizon.
Ooh, Event
That was a
Horizon.
good one.
Love
Yeah,
That was a good
I
one.
haven't thought about that one.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
Always enjoyed that one where it's like a portal into hell and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole Doom situation. I understand.
And now my next one kind of counts like 3 whole movies because I see it as a story, but the House of a Thousand Corpses trilogy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I just watched 3 from Hell.
What
Damn.
were your thoughts?
I gotta see that.
I loved it.
I
thought
a
it was
little worried.
Yeah, it was a little cheesy at first. I felt horrible for Sid, man. Watching him at first, I was like,
I did
damn,
too.
dude.
And you know the bad part, if you watch the beginning of that movie, you know that Sid was in bad health just watching that beginning.
Yeah, he looked terrible. Terrible.
Yes, he did.
But I guess it kind of worked for the film, unfortunately.
Yes, sadly, yeah.
Yeah.
In a
And
creepy sort of way.
but I liked it. It got better towards the end. It got really good.
Oh yeah.
It started off a little slow. I'm not
It
gonna
did.
lie. But loved it.
And Ghost, give me your top 5.
All right, top 5 horror movies. The one that'll always just be like Halloween movies are like the star of my fucking horror movies because like I love those horror movies. The fucking, this dude with the fucking knife and he's wearing a fucking William Shakespeare's face. It's fucking scary shit, man. Or William, fucking not Shakespeare,
William
the
Shatner.
fucking William Shatner, fucking. But Halloween's always like my first like go to. And then I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like a generic person or whatever because Jason and fucking Freddy, just like all the classic horror stuff. Chucky, I love all that shit, man.
Not the new Chucky, right? Because
I haven't seen the new one yet, actually.
Oh man, I was so disappointed with that.
I own that one.
I've heard mixed reviews.
I haven't
Like if you
watched
see it as like the comical, like stupidity of the B-rate movie, then it's like, it really wasn't horrible. But then a lot of people were like expecting, I guess, more or something. I'm not sure. Like
I thought it was more of like they didn't go B enough with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I liked how Chucky was a kind of B rated, and he'd say those funny.
He had his little
quotes
one-liners, and it was like,
yeah, that's what I liked about him.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like I mean,
Avis just mentioned one in the chat that I've not heard anybody say yet. Motel Hell.
Oh, Motel Hell. I don't think I've seen that.
Where the farmer was burying the people in the ground up to their neck and making them into sausage.
What?
I want
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yep, the farmer, and you guys remember the old Porky movies back from the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The lady
Love
that
'em.
played Ballbreaker is his assistant, and they capture people off the highway and they bury them neck deep in the dirt behind their farm, and they smoke them and turn them.
Oh
into
my
sausage.
god.
That's awesome. Right? Like
Amish, I thought I was the only person that had saw that movie, dude. I feel much better about myself now. Much better about myself now. I don't feel so evil. Alright, and Ghost, is that the end of your list, sir?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, classic horror stuff. I mean, I've watched almost all of it. I still like, but like I even like some of the old school shit, like Psycho and stuff like that. Like I can appreciate the old school horror for the time period and what it was, man. Like of where stuff came from. And I'm also like a huge fan of obviously everything by Rob Zombie.
Alright, and now I'm going to give you, and like I told Jeepers before we went live, it took me, I don't even know, a very long time to even try to narrow it down. But my number one is House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yo.
I know the movie by heart, line by line. Number 2 is The Exorcist.
There you go.
I saw The
yeah.
Exorcist the first time at the age of 7, scared the living shit out of me, and I was hooked on the genre ever since. There was just something about Reagan spitting pea soup all over the room and spitting
Right.
360.
Yeah.
I didn't hear this one mentioned, Sleepaway Camp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's another one.
Yeah.
Sleepaway Camp is another one. And has anyone saw The Terrifier?
No,
I haven't seen that one.
I think I have. Like, it sounds very familiar.
With Art the Clown?
Okay.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, I missed that clown on my latest video. I should have.
Terrifier came out last year. If you guys have not seen it, it's on Netflix. I mean, just check it. It is gruesome. He throws he throws a lot of shade towards Saw and a couple other movies.
Oh, nice.
This clown, man, he does not play around. I mean, it's almost over the top how crazy he is. And he was actually in another movie, Tales of Halloween, I think it is.
Tales of Halloween.
And that's where they broke his character away and decided to make his own movie.
One clown I always wanted to see in his own movie was the clown from Spawn movie, John Leguizamo. I thought he would
The
have
Violator?
a great horror movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Violator.
Not the demoralizer. Not
Oh,
the
trust me, I
vibrator.
know.
The demoralizer.
Just the way
Sorry.
he acted in it, it just
Yeah.
seemed like it would. His own
He
solo
nailed the
movie would have did
character.
better.
Yeah.
I liked that movie. I know a lot of people don't, but I liked Spawn.
Yeah.
It was
It
like
was a
watching the
good movie.
comic.
Yeah, like if you read the comics, you're like, nah, this is perfect.
But yeah, if you've not seen Terrifier, I recommend checking it out. And actually, part 2 is in the works now. And the lady from Sleepaway Camp, Felicity Rose, is actually going to be in part 2 with Art DiCaprio.
Nice. I'm going to check it out.
So it should be an interesting movie, hopefully. But my next one on my list will be the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I'm still a firm
Can't go
believer
wrong with those.
Freddy could take Jason's ass any day. I mean, Freddy comes to you in your dreams, you know, end of discussion. And last but not least, Evil Dead.
Of course.
you
Am
got
I
to
the
have-
only one that didn't say Evil Dead?
Evil Dead's a classic, man.
Well, see, yeah, it's like everybody's naming all kinds of movies. Like to really pick down them to be like, you know, this is
yeah.
the top is extremely difficult thing to do
Yeah.
because
Oh, yeah,
so many
it's
different
awesome.
reasons.
My
Yeah.
list is not in any order. I just picked the 5, like 5 of the ones I like a lot. That's how I did it.
And Avis just mentioned another good one in the chat, The Collector. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that was actually.
Wasn't that
That
with
was
like
that was on-
Angelina Jolie? Or no?
Yeah.
No,
That was the
no, no.
Bone
Isn't it?
Collector.
Oh, that's a bone.
That was the
Collector,
Bone
yeah.
Collector.
That was the
Yeah.
Bone Collector. The Collector, that was the Netflix one, right?
I don't think so, no.
I think the Collector was an 80s one.
No, I think early 90s.
Yeah, I was like, I know I've seen that one. I'm just.
Yeah, the guy was some crazy killer. He went into I think it was like a nightclub or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix now.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it. Yeah.
I was surprised no one said Candyman. That almost hit my.
Oh, that's always a good one too.
And you know they are supposedly making a new Candyman.
Yeah, I heard about that one, but it's not going to have the main guy in.
Yeah, it
Is he even still alive?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
he's still alive.
Oh,
Toby
I didn't think
Tony.
he was playing it. I thought they were recast it.
Oh, the
No.
same guy's playing it, huh?
Yes,
That's awesome.
Toby Tony will be back as the Candyman.
Cool.
Now, how big the part will be, I have no idea, but he is supposed to
Right.
be back in the remake.
He's one of those people that just got that voice.
Well, yeah, remember Final Destination, which none of us have actually mentioned in our top movies? He played the mortician in a couple of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought he was supposedly deaf in some way.
But yeah, he's a great actor, and that was one we did not mention. And Invader Poltergeist never really thrilled me much. I don't know why. It's just something, I don't know, it's just something super cheesy about pulling a girl out of a wall and look like she was covered in placenta.
Poltergeist was never a. I don't know. I know a lot of people like it. I don't know. I watched it as a kid. I thought it was freaky then, but it wasn't something I ever revisited to. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. It just, I don't know. It never tickled my fancy. And mind you, like I've told people, I'm not a huge horror fan. I do appreciate them, but Poltergeist to me just never. I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. I know a lot of people that are hardcore on it. I will touch on what you said, Wilmy, on the Jason versus Freddy. I never understood that when Jason doesn't sleep. So.
Well, Poltergeist scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, especially the part where she's
The little
just sitting
clown.
there. No, the part where she's sitting there watching the TV, the fuzz.
Oh, when she's just like, they're here.
Oh my! That little girl scared the crap. She was so creepy, man.
Carol
I
Ann.
said it, Avish.
Yeah.
Carol Ann, I don't know if Carol Ann was creepy or the little lady that was trying to be the psychic. I don't know which one was scarier.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's her
that-
voice, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was pretty creepy.
fucking weird voice, man.
Oh,
That old lady.
Wait, didn't she also play what that was it called? The House? Was that the name of that movie?
She was
House?
in a lot of movies.
Yeah. Yeah, she was creepy as well.
And Shizno, you just mentioned another. I couldn't mention Phantasm, but yes, Phantasm, dude, I own them all. Even the 4K remake, or the remasters of, I think, the first 3 movies.
I have never seen Phantasm.
How have you not seen Phantasm?
I've seen it.
I've never seen it.
I
need
saw it
to.
a long time ago, back in mid-90s, I think.
Now, they did have a new one come out last year called Phantasm Ravisher. I would not recommend it to anybody. It was terrible.
See, that's what's great for coming on here, dude. I get to find out about all these great new horror movies to go look up and see.
I know a lot of fans were begging for a new Phantasm movie, and it had all the original actors. It had everybody in it, but it was just poorly done. It's like they made this movie in like 3 weeks with a budget of like $250. I mean, it was just that bad.
See, some of those I don't mind though. I mean, some of those that are low budget, they are good laugh. There's a little bit, but I think it also depends on where you're going with it. If you're trying to make a big budget film off of low budget, it's going to suck. But if that's what you're going for, I mean, I'd love to know how much Evil Dead cost to make, because honestly, it doesn't look like it was very high budget, but at the same time, so many people love it.
Dude, if Evil Dead wasn't a low budget movie, it probably never would have.
It wouldn't have turned into what it.
It'd never be a classic.
Actually, the movie was filmed in Sam Raimi's basement.
Really?
And
wow.
The house that you see is actually, I think it was at his mother-in-law's property that they filmed the entire movie on, and they had a budget of less than $3,000.
Man, look how much they made off that thing. I mean, like the little car going across the bridge, it's like, wow, that's a really shitty diorama, but man, this movie's great.
And anybody notice, if you watch the Evil Dead Part 1, and I mean the original, and then you go back and watch Part 2, it's basically like they remade the first one.
Yeah, it's a remake of the first one in like the comic satire.
Well, he was like terribly scared. He was a pussy in the first one, and then in the second one, he just goes nuts and goes crazy, cuts off his hand, and look who's laughing now, and then just goes at it, and that's what I thought was clever,
I just watched that again last week.
Yeah, look who's laughing now.
Because I remember the first one made such a controversy back in the 80s because you guys remember the girl was raped by the tree?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I didn't know that was...
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I was old enough back then.
The girl was pulled out of the home, and the trees raped her when they drug her outside, and they pulled it off cable back then.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Just like, oh god, the Faces of Death movies. Did anybody ever see those?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I rented those from Blockbuster when I was a
I got
teen.
them from Family Video. I actually ended up buying them.
But now, if you want to see a really good gruesome movie, check out Blood Diner, and I think it is still on Amazon.
What movie was that?
It's called Blood Diner.
Blood Diner. I think I've seen that.
It's a pair of brothers who are mentally disturbed, and their uncle was some type of cult worshiper. So they decided to make this thing called the Feast of Sheetar, and it's just it's funny, but it's really disturbing at the same time. So it's a good combo.
If you want a good low budget one, Girl on the Third Floor is pretty good.
I've heard that. I've not seen it yet.
Basically, it's about like a haunted house, and they're CM Punk, the former wrestler's in it, and he's like fixing the house up and everything. All kinds of crazy crap happens. It's real.
Oh, and Megalodon, you're right. VHS, that's a good series as well. But the ABCs of Death was pretty terrible. I'm pretty sure they weren't made by the same people. Has anybody saw those?
No.
I think I saw VHS a long time ago. I don't remember what it's about.
I actually got to see an early screening of VHS because I was at a Comic Con, and they like first.
Yeah, VHS. There was a nice little series, but then they came out with the ABCs of Death, and it was bad, really bad.
What about the
Horrible.
new one they have that's kind of like the same thing, the Scary Stories?
Oh
I forgot.
God!
Is it bad?
Scary stories you can tell in the dark.
Yeah, I
That should
downloaded
be.
that. I was wondering if it was any
It
good.
should be called Scary Stories You Tell. Just rent it and don't go to the theater to watch it.
Isn't that the one based off the old kids book?
Yeah, it is. And I don't know. It's like they took a combination of movies that did it much better and just kind of watered it down, for a younger audience. It's pretty bad. It's really bad. And yeah, the book seemed a lot scarier, Nicole, back when we were all kids. The movie just didn't seem to translate as well.
Those illustrations in the book were awesome too.
Oh yeah, I remember those very well. Matter of fact, I will tell you another one. It, Part 2, wasn't a fan.
No,
Same
either was
here.
I, and I should have been.
And I had so much going into the theater to watch this. I was pumped up, and I was ready to go. And like an hour and a half into this movie, I'm like, oh my God, somebody just come shoot up the theater now and get me the fuck out of here. I mean, they could have done that entire movie, man, in an hour and a half, and it would have been great.
They stretched it so long. It was just a slow burn, and the ending, I was very disappointed.
It was terrible. And Pippi
and
Tales
Chad
from the
just
Crypt.
mentioned. Yep.
I love Tales from the Crypt. I own
hell
every
yeah.
single episode. Every episode.
Tales from the Crypt movies. They were all
Demon
Creep Show.
Night.
Creep
Demon
Show.
Night from
That's old
Tales
school.
from the Crypt.
I ain't thought about
Bound
Creep
by
Show forever.
Blood was the second one, I think.
Yeah. And
You
I
guys
even have the original Tales from the Dark Side.
Oh shit!
If anybody remembers Tales from the Dark Side, I love going back through those. Every once in a while, we get a hurricane, power and internet's out, we fire up the generator, and I break out my collection of Tales from the Dark Side and Tales from the Crypt.
There you go.
So, during a hurricane, what else you do, right, Ghost?
Yeah, watch scary movies.
Yeah.
That helps. Oh gosh.
But I will say this, though. If you like the first Zombieland movie, definitely check out the second one. Zombieland 2, we went and watched it Friday night. Great movie. It's funny. If you like the original, you will definitely like the second one. No doubt about it.
Awesome. I thought the original was great.
It was. And it took them a while to make it, actually.
I'm surprised they didn't come out with it sooner, the sequel.
I was too, but I was really surprised. They stuck to the original cast, the original plot. They poked fun at the original movie a couple of times. It was great.
Yeah.
And Mama Tubbs, Carrie, that's another good one. But Mama Tubbs, which one do you like? Do you like the one with the original Sissy Spacek, or do you like Chloe? Oh God, what's her last name? The girl that just played.
The girl.
I don't know.
Chloe Manatz. That's her name. The remake of Carrie.
Yeah.
I know her as Hit Girl.
And Avish, I do remember Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
They actually made a Carrie 2.
Yes, they did. And Carrie 2 had a different girl in it altogether.
Yeah. I watched that one too. Well, I actually owned that. I still own it somewhere. I have like a 400 or 500 DVDs packed away. I don't watch them anymore because they look so terrible. Who wants to watch 480p?
Exactly. That's why I still have some of my DVDs that you just can't get digital. But as soon as they come digital, I usually just shit can the DVDs.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's one reason why I don't collect DVDs or Blu-rays anymore, is because of that situation. I had so many DVDs, I had all these scary movies, and then Blu-ray came out. I was like, shit, what do I do now? These look like crap.
yeah, they kind
So
of
I think I only have like 4 VHSs left.
I actually still have some VHSs left.
I don't have any VHSs. None.
I just kept them for nostalgia reasons, like the G.I. Joe movie, Jurassic Park, Lion King.
I think mine are family videos. That's about it. From back in the day.
I don't have any VHS, period. And I don't have any cassettes. And I don't even remember if I have any CDs. I've got one, I think, tool. That's about it. But yeah, Werewolf in Paris and Werewolf in London, another great set of movies. I watched American Werewolf in London at the drive-in theater as a young kid, scared the living shit out of me. It really scared me.
Those are some good movies.
Yep, especially when they're sitting in the theater. He's sitting there watching the movie and his friend David appears and his face is half rotted. See, that was awesome. That was horror back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, horror's definitely changed from the 80s to now. It's not the same.
A lot of it's mainly jump scare stuff.
Yeah, and
Even
I don't know.
that.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of Annabelle stuff.
And I'm sorry, Annabelle didn't thrill me. The last
No,
one,
the new one.
The new one, actually, I think I like the new one better than I did.
Well, I watched it last night, and it was kind of slow in the middle, but it was good.
It was.
The beginning and the end, but the middle was slow.
When I first saw the Annabelle, I instantly thought Slappy did it better for Goosebumps.
And another movie that did not interest me was the precursor to that one. Oh God! Matter of fact, Obi mentioned it to me the other night, and that's what I thought about it. Oh God, what's it called? Jeepers. That's where Annabelle came from.
Conjuring?
Yes.
Babadook or whatever? Or?
The Conjuring.
Oh, The Conjuring.
And the bad part, The Conjuring was filmed here, and the doll from Annabelle was made here in Wilmington, and that does not affect things in either way. I still just really didn't get in either one.
Is the doll there?
No. No, the actual person that made the Annabelle doll lives here in Wilmington.
I don't want to be anywhere near that doll.
One series that a lot of people like, but I don't care for is the Resident Evil series. I'm just like, nah. The games did
those
it better.
were pretty bad. Yeah, those were bad, man.
Yeah, the movies are terrible in my opinion.
And they're rebooting them.
Oh,
from what I hear.
Yep. And Crystal Games, you're right. Annabelle would have been much better if they'd have stuck with the original and had it as a Ragged Ann doll.
Wilmy, you're breaking up.
Oh. That's okay. Let's try that. Probably Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, that better?
Yep, sounds better now.
Okay, it's just Discord being dumb. Annabelle's coming for my ass. We said we didn't like her.
Still breaking up.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Let me end this stuff here.
Okay, how's that?
That's better.
Who the hell is that?
Who's this guy?
Exactly.
Satan, someone stole your spot.
I know. It's terrible, isn't it? And speaking of movies and movies that shouldn't be made, what is the one remake, and there are several remakes in the works, what is the one movie you wish they would not remake, they would just leave it completely alone?
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I don't know if you'd call it a horror movie, but The Crow.
Yeah, they shouldn't touch that one either.
Yeah, they've been trying to remake that movie's doomed, man. They've been trying to remake that movie for years. And it keeps...
I don't know if you guys know this. You can Google it. We actually, the original Crow movie that had Brandon Lee, he was actually shot and killed here in Wilmington filming that movie at Screen Gem Studios.
Damn,
everything happens there.
I know.
Well, I mean, we've got Screen Gems here. They film a ton of movies. Actually, Stephen King, for like 20 years, filmed every one of his movies here.
Wow.
Did you guys ever see Maximum Overdrive?
Oh, yeah. Green Goblin truck.
Yep. Maximum Overdrive was all filmed here, but, the area looked a lot different back then. Night Flyer was filmed here. I mean, almost every movie he made was filmed here. Matter of fact, at the beginning of Maximum Overdrive, when you see Stephen King walking up to that ATM machine and it says, it keeps saying "fuck you" and all this stuff, they tore that bank down quite a few years ago.
Oh wow, it was up for a while then.
Yeah, they tore it down quite a while. But what's another movie you think should not be remade?
What's in the works? Let's see.
There, and I'm going to say it. I'll probably get some hate. I don't like Halloween, and I think Halloween. Well, I mean, not the fact they keep going on with.
Ghost is blocking you now.
Well,
Don't
they are
laugh, angry
filming.
people.
They are actually filming Halloween here, about 2 miles from my house. They're filming the new one here because everybody made a big fuss because she was here doing her filming for the movie. And they're supposed to be filming another one directly after this one. So they're kind of running it into the ground, is my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from with that. Like, I mean, a lot of the horror movies, they all kind of started to get, like, did Jason really need, 10 fucking sequels?
Yeah, did they really need to send him to space?
To space? Like, yeah, like, come on.
That was pretty
Yes,
good.
they did.
That was such a terrible movie, man. So terrible.
Hey, they sent the Leprechaun to space too. So
Yeah.
Everybody seems to make it to space except for Freddy Krueger hasn't made it up there yet.
he'll
Yeah.
get there.
Him and Mike Myers have been fucking hanging out and shit.
Well, I mean, no one sleeps in space, so Freddy Krueger can't make it. So
That's
Yeah,
it.
he's going to Mars next.
And I don't know if it's true. I keep reading there is a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
So
why?
I know they remade it already, but man.
oh,
they
and
need
that
to
one
stop
was so that. And I'm sorry, that was what in 2015, Leo.
Yeah,
And it
2014,
was
2015.
it was so bad. I mean, it was terrible.
They got the guy from Watchmen to play him.
Yes,
The guy played Rosark, or how do you say that?
I'm
Rosario
Ra's al
Dawson?
Ghul. Oh.
No, the paintings that psychologist uses.
Oh, the Rocher test.
That's it,
Rock-
Rorschach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocher test or something like that. It's yeah.
at least when they redid it, the guy they got to play Pennywise, at least he's really good at it.
Yeah,
I mean-
The fact that he can do his eyes the way he did, that's not computer generated to me. I'm sorry. That's
no.
creepy as shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and that
he really
thing he
pulls
does
off,
with his lip.
he pulls off
Yeah.
Pennywise very, very well. But
You want-
the guy
you
that
wonder how
played
many
Freddy,
people he went through to cast that part. You know,
I have
mean-
no idea. But I've seen somebody mention Robert Englund. Crystal, from what I have read, Robert Englund at first turned it down,
oh shit.
and then he had a change of heart. But then he said at his age, he's not sure he could handle all the makeup and everything now.
Yeah, he's pretty up there now.
Well, you got to remember, Robert's about 74, 75, and Homeboy's been a chain smoker since he was a teenager. So
He doesn't have to wear any makeup anymore, though.
he's got crispy he's got crispy bomb beat on that end. But I would love to see Robert Englund come back as Freddy, but I just don't think that's possible.
Freddy wouldn't be that hard to make up somebody else.
I don't know, man. It would just have to be that same personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like appearance wise.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think-
appearance wise.
Oh yeah, that's one thing about the reboot. I didn't like the appearance. It was just not.
It didn't look Freddy enough.
I was actually Freddy Krueger in my elementary school Halloween parade. It was pretty awesome. I don't think you could get away with that these days.
Probably
Now that I
not.
think about it, I had the whole the knives for hands.
Yeah,
and,
you would probably
mask.
you'd be on a watch list and a no fly, no fly
I was-
list somewhere.
I was already on the watch list at school, so it didn't matter.
I wasn't Freddy, but I did have knives on my hands for Wolverine.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
You know, one that wasn't mentioned, but I don't know if it's really a horror film, but just it was kind of out there a little bit, was Edward Scissorhands. I mean, I know it's different. It may not really fall into the horror genre,
Well,
but
it's
I mean, it's
Tim Burton, so I mean,
Yeah, he did make Beetlejuice, and that's in
I
my,
love Beetlejuice.
that's in one of my top movies
Beetlejuice
of
is
all
great.
time.
I think they're supposed to be making a Beetlejuice too. They've been talking about that for
Man,
15 years.
They've been teasing it, and I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing.
I'd love to see it happen. That's one I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it would be entertaining to see if Michael Keaton actually came back and played Beetlejuice again.
I could see he could do it too because all the makeup and everything.
Oh,
You
yeah.
probably wouldn't be able to tell.
That's kind of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. You know, not many people could actually pull off Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Not Tim Burton. Oh my
Tim
God.
Curry.
Tim
Tim
Curry.
Tim
Curry.
Curry. But
Yeah.
it's really hard. I'm sorry, it's really hard to top Tim Curry.
Right.
The man could play almost any part. He was like, sort of like Johnny Depp. I always say Johnny Depp can play just about anything in a movie. Well, that was Tim Curry back in his day.
I loved him in Clue, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah,
in
that
movie.
was really good. I also
And
like
somebody,
him in
somebody had said-
Ferngully.
Yeah, somebody said they're looking at remaking Clue, like it's been in the talks, and I'm like, no, just leave it. It's a great
It was-
movie, just
it
the
was
way
I
it
don't
is.
think I don't think that they'd be able to make that.
I mean, they'd make it. It just wouldn't be good. I mean,
Well,
you
that's
can't-
like I said. That's what I mean. Like it would not be good.
Well, I don't know.
Pick another board game.
Pick
Mousetrap.
make
Shooting
sorry.
ladders.
Make a new
Shoot
sorry
ladders.
movie. But I know there's a lot of remakes supposedly on the table, and I did not really mind the new Chucky movie. In a way, I thought it was kind of entertaining for the simple fact he was integrated with everything around him. He controlled the car, he could control your television. I mean, he's kind of like Siri or Alexa. Remember if you saw the movie, he runs the lady over with the car. So I didn't really mind the new Chucky movie. It was more of a modern remake.
Spoilers. I don't know if I can do
I
it.
just thought I go ahead.
I was making a joke. I said spoilers
Oh yeah.
because I haven't seen it.
Oh, I just thought Mark Hamill did a horrible job as the voice.
Well, I didn't really pay too much attention to the voice, but I did think it was kind of cool how he was integrated into everything, like your, electronic assistants now.
Because one of my favorite parts was Chucky's voice, his hilarious demeanor. It was just funny. And the Bride of Chucky, just hilarious, man.
Did anybody else find it funny that Chucky came out about the same? This is going to age me. So, about the same time that My Buddy came out.
Yeah.
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 And
My Buddy
came
dolls.
out. Yeah, My Buddy came out. I want to say, I could be wrong on this, but My Buddy came out like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years before Chucky, and it was a pretty big hit. A lot of people had My Buddies, and then Chucky came out, and no one bought My Buddy dolls. It was like,
I'm pretty
nope.
sure that's what it was made after.
Nope. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it
Everyone
was
went
just
to Teddy Ruxpin or whatever.
yeah, because it was
Yeah.
just funny. Because like, no one's buying that because now it's just fucking evil as shit. And it's like, oh, okay.
He just ruined that toy.
Yeah, I mean that
Ruined
single
it.
movie destroyed an entire franchise of My Buddy, and it's like I know a
Well,
lot of people that had them, and then not so much anymore.
I had a My Pet Monster I carried around with me when I was a kid all the time.
Oh, I remember those.
Oh, I remember those. Oh, those are so great.
I used to have the chain wrapped around my neck and you'd just hang on my back like a backpack.
well, the best part of Teddy Ruxpin was putting a
Was that
black...
that blue monster thing?
Yeah, and it had like
Yeah.
the bright
Oh, I know what
pink
you're
and
talking about.
orange hair.
That shit's fucking. Oh man, I missed that thing.
It's so good.
But the best part of Teddy Ruxpin, you could put a Black Sabbath cassette into him and just watch him go ape shit.
Yeah. I always wanted one of those, but they were fucking expensive, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
My-
hell no.
My son had one, and I would sit there when my son would go to school. I'd sit it on the desk or something and just put a Black Sabbath
course
tape
he
in
would.
there.
Of course you would, William. Of course you would.
I don't know why my son got kicked out of school. I'm such a good kid.
Hey, my kids grew up with me, and they're all perfectly fine and productive citizens, so I have no complaints.
You know, Charles
Yeah.
Manson thought all his fartles were normal too.
Mine works in an OR too, there, Fork.
I know. Can't give you crap. Avish said garbage Hell kids. I remember
I had garbage. Yeah,
my
I had
mom and dad hated those goddamn things because we had them all over the house.
I remember them, but I never got into them.
I
Oh,
never
they're so
did
great.
either.
The collecting
Oh, what
cards
was-
and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you'd always get the one that you could peel and stick.
Off of them.
Oh, I'd get pissed if someone pulled the sticker off.
We pulled a whole bunch off, put them all in my house. My mom pissed. Just hated us.
I had a
Pippi,
lot
what's
of,
up with Pest?
Muscle men too.
Muscle men, what?
You mean
They're like
Stretch
little...
Armstrong? Oh
No,
yeah, I
no,
remember those. I remember those muscle men.
They're like little figurines that were basically wrestlers. It was like a Japanese.
You mean like the little what was it? What was it called? There was like a pillow wrestling. No, they weren't pillows. They were.
No, they're about like 2 inches.
Yeah, they're real small. Made out of like rubber, like really, right?
They came out around the same time as the Gem Warriors, I believe they're called, which were like animal people with little holograms on their chest.
Yeah, I had a much poorer childhood. Apparently, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll send you a picture.
I'm like, man, I might need to see what he's talking about so I realize.
Basically, you got like a little plastic jar full of them. They were like army men, basically, but like wrestlers.
But
oh, right on.
And in other movies, it should not be remade. You know they're remaking the Saw series.
Are they really?
But it's already kind of like a.
Honestly, I don't really
with.
mind that one because it kind of fell out for me after 2.
And guess who's going to remake them?
Who? Rob Zombie?
No, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
What?
That doesn't sound right.
Chris Rock is actually going to be the guy remaking the movies. And I don't
Who knows?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean,
yeah, who knows? Maybe he does a good job.
Did you watch Jigsaw? It was
Nuh-uh.
terrible. It was terrible. It made no sense.
Did he do Jigsaw?
No.
No.
But they are supposedly rebooting it, and filming has already started, and it is all being done by Chris Rock.
Wow.
Basically, he's saying he can't do worse.
Oh no. Not by a long shot. If you watch Jigsaw, I mean that was almost as big of a disappointment as It too.
Yeah, I watched it. I was just like, no.
You know, speaking of Saw, another good series that came out about that time was The Hostels.
Oh yeah.
Those were really good.
Those were crazy as hell.
Hostels were brutal, man.
Yeah, those got
yeah, and the
bad,
movies were
man.
brutal too.
Yeah, they were just as bad as Saw.
Oh yeah. Except I did really like Saw 1, 2, and 3, but like, after that it was just kind of
once it got to like 8, it's like I don't even know how many there is anymore.
But what was the last Saw that had the girl taking over the mantle?
Oh God!
Wasn't that the 6th one?
I think it was 4.
I thought it was like the 2nd or 3rd one.
I think it was 4 because it went back and forth. You had the detective that was doing it, and then she was doing it, and then they would have flashbacks for a whole other episode. So I mean, yeah, I think it was 4.
Okay, so that was the last one I saw. Because I stopped watching them after that. I was just like, this just keeps getting worse.
I would like to see a new Final Destination.
Yeah, me too.
That would be cool.
Those were awesome.
How many times have you been on the interstate behind a logging truck and said, "Oh shit"?
Dude, every time I get around one, I go either past it or get off. Because like, no, fuck that. I remember not having that shit happen to me.
I remember after watching the first one, I was just like eyeing everything in my room. I was just like, which one are you going to kill me?
How's this going down?
That's why when you're hauling something, you put it on there real sketchy looking, so people aren't behind you. They always pass you.
Ted Bundy VIP clubs. Psycho, that was one way to describe Hostel. The Ted Bundy clubs. And Cloud, we already mentioned American Werewolf in London. That was a great, great movie. And
so was Paris.
Oh yeah, another good movie. If you guys have not seen it yet, and I know it's on Amazon Prime, it's an old movie. Go check it out. It's called Body Bags. If nobody
Ooh,
has seen
sounds
it,
good.
Was it by the kid from Karate Kid?
no, no. Oh God, John Carpenter actually plays in the movie himself. It's a collection of short, scary movies, and John Carpenter actually play. I'm not going. I'm not going to give it away if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty cool, Nicole. She said the roller coaster they used in Final Destination was the one at the theme park where she lives.
Oh God.
Cool.
I ain't going on that roller coaster.
I know one thing. After Final Destination, I eyed the hell out of freaking escalator.
And what about tanning beds? You didn't want to get into tanning bed either, did you?
I've never been to a tanning place, so I didn't have to worry about that one.
And
I never
what,
will either.
What about another series we haven't mentioned? Wrong Turn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I swear to God, them fuckers live about 30 miles from me.
Jeez.
You've seen them, huh?
I've seen some people that look like them.
Yeah.
I am in North Carolina. You get away from the beach,
Yeah.
man, it gets a little sketchy.
I was going to say, North Carolina seems to be the horror capital of the USA.
Well, we just have a lot of movies they film here, man, because we got that big Screen Gem studio here. But plus, in case you didn't know, you ever watch Ghost Hunters back in the day?
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Pippi does. She
No.
watches that a lot.
I never got into that stuff.
Oh, I don't believe in it either, but I always find it funny to watch them just because they'll go to a different country and, they'll be taking their EVPs and asking ghost questions like this poor guy from Bimini 3,000 years ago, I'm pretty sure didn't understand the English language, for number one. And I don't think in the EVP he's going to answer back, yes, my name is Ted.
Yeah, I like how they speak in like our English. It's like, no.
Yeah. But if you ever watch that show, and Fork said his wife watches it, the boat that they keep going on Ghost Hunters, the USS North Carolina, considered one of the most haunted ships in the world, is 3 miles from my house.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, North Carolina is the horror capital.
I keep hearing horror.
Horror.
But yeah, I can actually go
Horse.
outside. I can go outside right now, put my drone up in the air, and fly it straight over to the USS North Carolina. And they go there every year at Halloween to do their big 24-hour filming.
That's cool.
So yeah, and matter of fact, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, and Bill Cosby, before he decided to start drugging unknowing women.
I think he was still doing it then too.
Yeah, he was doing it then.
Chances are there's a lot more of that going on than what was reported.
We have a huge festival here every year called the Azalea Festival. And they bring in all these celebrities and all this stuff here, for the festivities that last like a week. It's kind of like our version of Mardi Gras, except not everybody's showing their boobs. But there used to be
it's nothing like Mardi Gras,
right? But there used to be a motel downtown called the Cape Fear Inn, and all the movie stars would stay in this motel, and it was actually on our news. Bill Cosby and Martin Lawrence freaked the hell out one night in the middle of the night and called for them to be taken out of that motel because there was shit in the rooms with them.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, I live in a very old city.
That's Ric Flair country.
Yes, Ric Flair is from North Carolina. He grew up near Raleigh, which is about 60 miles away from me.
we got a house down here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think everybody's got a house somewhere between me and you guys.
Yeah, damn near everybody's got one down here in Myrtle Beach. It's fucking crazy.
Except Cliffy B. Cliffy B's got one right down the street.
There you go.
Although that's not horror related.
Right. Like
Who's
just throw it
Cliffy
out
B? I can't think right now. Who is
Gears
that?
of War.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Thanks.
But
Well, I mean, if we're just throwing out random shit, Vanna White's born in North Myrtle Beach. In case anybody wants to know.
that's why she never talks.
Probably. I mean, They got a big ass sign, birthplace of Vanna White.
Myrtle Beach's only claim to fame.
Oh, that and all the murders.
Well, I was going to say, right. But enough of the movie talk for tonight, because what we're intending to do, since this is our first podcast, we had a couple of people that couldn't make it tonight. I've got a couple of movie reviewers that are going to come on the podcast, and I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. We are going to have not only a special guest, but the fucking man himself. We are going to have Otis on the show.
That is so freaking cool.
Fuck
So, yes, the man that plays Otis himself will be on the show in January. He is going to come, hang out, chat with us for a little bit. I've actually ran into him at a couple of conventions here and there. One of the nicest men on the planet.
Awesome.
So he is actually going to
That's
join in
so
with
hard
us.
to believe.
Yeah.
He is a very awesome dude, man. Very nice guy. And like I said, I was shocked he responded.
Wow.
That's fucking
I was
awesome, bro.
very shocked. Because I'm sitting back going, there's no way he's going to respond to that message. But nah, he actually did. So
Cool.
I was really, really
I
surprised.
can imagine how crazy that was for you.
Yeah, except, living where I live, I don't really get that, that struck. So I've ran into my share of people over the years, good or bad. But let's switch gears now, and let's talk about horror games. Go ahead, Fork, say it.
Whore.
Yeah, thank you.
Horror games.
Whore. Dirty whore.
I mean, there's all sorts of horror games out there. GTA 5, you can pick them up and beat them, get your money back.
I don't know if that's that's true.
Skyrim.
I don't think you can
get
do
them.
that anymore, can you?
I don't think they've taken out. You could always beat up hookers.
Yeah, you
They
can
wouldn't
get your
take
money
that
back.
away from
No, I
America.
didn't think you could pick them up anymore. I thought you had to go to the strip.
What? Well, that's no fun. How am I going to teach my kid to live? Skyrim, you can get hookers. There's even a mod for it where they're naked.
Oh, if it's a mod, yeah, but
wrong,
that's it.
wrong podcast, gentlemen. That's Wednesday night.
But in the actual game, you can.
Right? Like, this is easily changed.
Yeah,
I
wrong
put
podcast.
in my time in Skyrim. I beat that game so many times.
Dead by Daylight, the one we were playing tonight, I can't remember now what we were playing.
We were playing
Blackout
Blackout
Club.
Club.
Blackout Club. That was honestly it was a lot of fun. Wilmy told me about it. I looked it up and I was kind of like, it doesn't look bad. Looks interesting. Doesn't look bad. But then we tried it and it's actually a lot of fun for
Yeah,
being an indie game. And mind you, I'm not knocking indie games. I'm just usually they're a little bit lower
Knocking indie
budget
games.
compared to. Oh, shut up! It was actually very enjoyable. It's pretty in depth, even though it's kind of the same map every time. It's twisting you around how you have to do things, and even if you do the same mission, it moves stuff around. So it's not like, oh, we'll go to this door and you'll be right there. So it's a lot of fun, surprising, and just playing with Wilmy and Leo and just running around kind of doing shit was entertaining.
Ghost is over there. It's no Modern Warfare.
and Dreadpool, that was a very odd
Well,
movie.
I happen to be a huge fan of this Modern Warfare game. All right, guys, I'm sorry.
No worries, man.
Dreadpool mentioned It Follows in the chat. If you guys have not seen it, that is a very awkward movie. That's the best way I know to describe it,
Why
actually.
does that sound
I
familiar?
like that one.
They have to have sex with a person and then the demon chases them down to kill them. Is that the same one, Leo? I'm pretty sure it is.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd get down with it. It's a pretty easy plot to follow.
Yeah, it's a pretty odd movie.
It's a really good movie, though.
It follows.
Like, it's crazy, but it's really good.
But anyway, since we are talking about games, let's get into Vampire Bloodlines number 10.
Yeah.
The
first one was a mess, but I think the community fixed it, right?
pretty much.
And like
Okay, Ghost, you
Okay.
cut out on me.
sorry, man. I'm fucking trying to shoot somebody. Like I enjoyed the first one. I was actually a really big fan of it. It was a hot mess, but I'm really looking forward to the second one coming out. I think it's going to be done much better.
Well, we found out today it has been delayed.
Fuck me, are
Oh,
you serious?
bummer.
Yeah, it is delayed till sometime they're guessing the middle of next year.
Wasn't that like everybody's spiel right now?
Yeah,
Everything is
everything's getting
pushed,
delayed.
right? Like,
Hey, as long as they put it on next gen consoles, I don't care.
Right now they're only saying this is only talking about PC. There was no mention about consoles yet.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
And
the first
they're
one was
saying-
on
no. The second one's on Xbox.
This is Vampire Bloodlines 2.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, this is the one they delayed.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't-
the
I
one
didn't
that's on.
see-
It's going to be on Xbox.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about the console. They were just talking about PC.
Oh yeah, I read a thing that it's going to be on Xbox. That's the only reason I got super excited about it because I don't PC game anymore.
Well, they said this is a very huge game with a ton of content, and they want to make sure every piece of the game gets all the love they can put into it.
Well, at least sounds promising. But I mean,
So
You know.
we will see.
You can be like several factions in that game, right?
Oh yeah, you can do.
Yeah,
There's all
'cause
kinds of crazy shit.
I have the first game. I just never. It's in my Steam library. I just haven't gotten to it.
I don't want to
But-
talk about Steam libraries, especially now with Call of Duty.
Yeah, I heard the new Call of Duty is a mess right now.
it's
Not
not.
really.
I'm making.
No,
a mess
I
of
heard
these
it was
fucking
shutting down
noobs.
machines.
It happened to me one time, and I've got about
One
18
time?
hours in already.
Well, that's good. I don't play a Call of Duty series, so I don't know.
It's fantastic.
I don't know. I don't play it
Oh,
that
you
much.
cocksucker.
I've played it with a couple of my friends. I haven't had any problems with it. I know some people have said they have, but I have had no issues whatsoever, and I'm probably about 10 or 15 hours in. So, but that's me. So,
Are you playing the campaign?
no,
Oh,
I don't play campaign.
I completed the
see,
campaign last night.
I would only play the campaign. I don't do the multiplayer on those first.
Well, see, you might be allowed to look into it because after the campaign, you can actually do this thing that
It goes into Spec
Ghost will
Ops.
talk about. Yeah, Spec Ops like a raid type thing. So it actually sounded kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah, that did
Yeah.
sound cool after Ghost told me about it.
Yeah, like you actually like like you get your dudes and everybody teams up, links up, and then like you've got a decent sized map to go kill certain people and go take over certain things or go get intel and stuff. It's actually pretty cool, man.
All right. Anyway, back to this show because we keep getting
Sorry,
sidetracked
everything
with
always
games.
goes back to gaming.
I know it's weird, isn't it? But we're talking about a different type of game though. So
See, I mean, the vampire one, I tried the first one. I thought it was all right. Like Jeeper said, it was a hot mess. I never got to play it after the community fixed it. I played it on Steam. Didn't think it was that great just because of all the issues that I had with it, so I never went back to it. I mean, if they delay it, and this kind of goes for all games. If they delay it, that's fine. If you're delaying it because there's an issue with it and that's what you're trying to fix, I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Just don't delay it, then release it. It'd still be a hot mess.
Right.
Yeah, I knew about it, and like I know a little bit about it, but I never got to play it. And the second one looked interesting, and from what I saw from the first one, it looked like right up my alley with the RPG mechanic.
I mean, the first one had some promise. It seemed kind of cool. You were trying to figure out who, made you into a vampire, so it was kind of cool. But it just, I don't know, just had some issues.
but considering it is almost Halloween in just a few days, Jeepers, what would your movie recommendations be for the this upcoming Halloween?
oh man. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm rewatching Master Series. That's why, because I was thinking of, when I was thinking of those movies, I was like, I need to rewatch all those, and they're just as bad as they were back then. If you're wondering,
There's a new Puppet Master too, by the way.
yeah, I haven't got to it yet.
Yep.
I saw that there was two of them. There was one made in 2017, and then I think I don't know if it was 2019 or 2018, but I downloaded both of them. So I haven't seen those ones yet.
We didn't mention Children of the Corn either,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
or
You know,
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers.
I thought the first one was good. Children of the Corn, I've actually never watched a single one.
I've watched them all.
I'm sure everyone's surprised by that too.
They are. I've watched all of them.
But
I'm sorry.
This movie Eli on Netflix is really good. I would suggest that.
Eli. All right.
Eli on Netflix.
What would your recommendation be, dude? Not Debbie Does Dallas. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm telling you, the Houston 620 is way more.
There's Harry Does Houston. I mean, that's fine too.
Harry Does Houston.
As far as horror for Halloween, I mean, I would say, and I know this is going to sound cliche, but like I mentioned, it's in my top 5, either Leprechaun or Halloween. Both of them are great.
What about the new Leprechaun movie?
Oh, God, no. The old one with Jennifer Aniston, please.
The new one's actually not too horrible.
See, when someone says not too horrible, that's like, hey, I had a colonoscopy. I was awake, but it wasn't too bad.
I didn't
scream that much.
Yeah, I mean, when someone says that about anything, it wasn't too bad. It was like, the colonoscopy wasn't too bad either. I mean, I was awake, but it wasn't bad.
Took it like a trooper.
I mean, whenever anybody says that, it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, it wasn't bad, but was it great? Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean, to me, I enjoy Leprechaun. I've always enjoyed Halloween. It's always been one of my favorite, and with it being Halloween, you can't really beat it. It's, especially if you babysit it all and you're a teenage girl, and not that I ever was, but
okay, this is getting awkward.
Right.
Dreadpool has a good one right there. Ginger Snaps, dude.
Yep, I about forgot about Ginger Snaps too. I hadn't seen that one in a while. But Leo, what would your recommendation be for Halloween? Leo.
Good recommendation.
Oh, sorry, it
Great
cut
movie.
out. I didn't hear you say my name.
Say my name.
my
Say
recom-
my name.
That's the other show.
I don't even. I know that song, but I have no idea who sings it.
13 Ghosts is another
recommendations,
good one.
Oh,
yeah,
damn!
yes, I love that.
That was a
game.
good movie.
Yeah.
Movie.
Not the second one.
House on Haunted Hill's a good one.
Ooh.
Let's
Hey, Chaos
see.
Theory.
Any of the Romero stuff would be awesome to watch during Halloween.
The Crazies,
He does really good.
The Crazies is a good one.
I've never seen Critters. Now that I think about it.
I'm
What?
telling you,
God,
The
you're
Crazies.
a
No,
classic
man.
B-rate
Oh,
horror.
dude,
Yeah,
such a
Critters
good
is
movie.
awesome.
Well, I was never a fan of Gremlins, and that just reminded me of
Oh
Gremlins.
no,
so-
it's nowhere near the same thing.
Oh,
like
no,
totally
it's-
different.
Yeah, completely different.
Well, I'm weird like that because I don't like Back to the Future really. Like I'm not a huge fan of it. It was cool, but not like.
You let
Woo.
me kick him off. Oh, hey, yeah.
Leo, get some coffee, brother. Get some coffee.
I will
Sorry, you
tomorrow.
Just took one of the best movies ever made and threw it under the bus and ran over it.
Ghost, what would one of your movies be for a recommendation?
A recommendation for somebody to see. I mean, if you for like B-rate movies or just in general, like
Just a good movie for Halloween.
a good Halloween movie, man. You want to go see Halloween 3, one of the most B-rate fucking worst fucking Halloween movies ever.
Is that Season of the Witch?
Yeah,
That's my favorite one, dude.
that's right. Like it's a good movie.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween,
Oh
Halloween.
God! Now I'm going to be singing that shit.
That's what's up, man. That's real
We're
shit.
going to get off this podcast and be walking around through the house singing Silver Shamrock. My wife's going to be throwing shit at me. Because then I'm going to get her started. Then we're going to end up sitting down to watch it. But I think my recommendation is the movie I've recommended to all you guys. Check out Trick.
I watched it. It was really
Okay,
good.
so you had said that earlier, and I haven't had a chance. Is that a newer movie or is that older? 'Cause
Trick
you literally
is a new movie. Just came out this week. It's on the Xbox Marketplace.
Okay.
It, like me and Jeepers were talking, it kind of reminds you a little bit of Scream except a lot more violent. This movie starts off at a 10 and just runs right over your ass with it through the whole hour and 45 minutes.
More like stabs you in the ass with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, check it out. I think it's like, what was Jeepers, like $10-11
Yeah.
on
well,
Xbox
I don't know.
Market.
I don't pay for movies.
But I mean, if you have not seen Trick, check it out, man. Great movie. This guy is brutal, and be prepared for the crazy twist at the end of the movie. So, but it was a great movie.
It was funny after you told us to watch that. I just got done watching the trailer, and I was going to ask if you've seen it yet.
It is a great movie.
Yeah, it is good.
And when we do this show the next time, we are actually going to have a list, because yes, we're going to do homework, which is probably going to bum out Ghost.
But I like homework, man.
We're going to do some reviews, and we're going to put the reviews up.
Nice.
As long as I know what movies to watch, I'm game.
Because between me and Jeepers alone, we could probably sit here and review 3,000 movies.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Maybe more than that. So
we can start tonight.
Well, I intended for this to be a short podcast since we had a couple of people who didn't show up. But
any podcast can be a long podcast when all of us are bullshitting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Haunting Connecticut Psycho, that was a good movie too.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That was pretty good.
Maybe this is just a pure thought, but I mean, what if you picked 3 movies for us to review, and maybe the audience goes to Discord and you make a channel of movies they want, and the one that's suggested the most we kind of watch and give our own thoughts on it and everything.
We could actually do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
you can have people thumbs up the ones they want
and see how many. Ghost and Leo had told me you were a complete idiot, dude, and see, you just proved both of them guys wrong.
I have hey, lightning strikes every now and then in the right spot.
Yep, and it's
every other time it burns down the goddamn forest, but every now and then it light strikes in the right spot.
Or knocks the hair off your head.
What forest?
See,
But anyway, because we are going to cut this short, because I really have things I have to do tonight, because it is Sunday night, and I do have a business that has to be open by 8 o'clock in the morning. I will leave you guys with this, because we won't be doing another episode before Halloween. If you are in, and I'm going to have Jeeper give you a few games as well. If you have VR and you have Steam, you actually don't have to have VR to play this. I would recommend checking out Apparition on Steam. The game is maybe $5-6, like most of your Steam games, but it's fun as hell to play. It definitely gets you in the Halloween mood. Aria is another good game. This thing, if you're doing it with a VR, be prepared. There's a lot of jump scares, and you may come out of your chair a couple of different times. And if you've never played it, I recommend Lucius 1 and 2 on Steam. You are actually playing Satan's love child. So,
all right. Well, you said Satan. Now I'm interested.
And you get all the powers and all this crazy stuff, and you start off in a mental institution. I'm not going to spoil it beyond that point.
Can't I be Satan's, I don't know, lover? I mean, that'd be kind of interesting.
Is that Lucius PC only?
Yes. It's only on Steam, dude.
Aww.
And Jeepers, I know you've got some games you'd like to recommend. What are some of yours, dude?
There's one that I actually just downloaded that looks amazing. It's called Organ Quarter. It's VR. Sorry, guys who don't have VR. But I'm actually, I don't know how many of you have Viveport, Infinity Viveport. It's kind of like Steam, but you pay like a subscription. But it has like 300 games on it, and they're all VR, so you can't go wrong with it.
So, hey, sorry to interrupt you with it, but I mean, me and my wife have been looking at VR and whatnot. The kids like it and whatnot. So, and I've been talking to Wilmy about the Oculus Rift S, I think is what he was saying to get. So, question: if you have the Oculus, can you use the Vive subscription to then play those games?
Okay. Yep.
If you're
You can
getting
use-
if you're getting games on Steam, you can use just about anything to play them.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I've been talking
No,
with you
it's
back and
fine.
forth about it and trying to figure everything out before I take that leap.
I like the Oculus headset the best.
I do
Personally.
too.
Yeah, that's what Wilmy was saying. So, and I trust people that I actually know than people that are like, oh, it's the best whatever. It's like, yeah, compared to
The-
you try the other one.
The other ones are expensive, man. I mean, they're nice. Like the index is nice, but I don't think you're getting that much more.
And they're a lot
Yeah.
heavier.
Yeah.
And you really don't want to play something that makes your head sweat after about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've got a big head for it. So
Yeah, I do. You make sure it fits my head first. I mean, I don't want to spend that money to find out it doesn't work.
I would definitely go with the Rift because I mean, just about every VR game that's on Steam is completely compatible with the Rift.
Okay.
And most of the games on the Oculus Store are not very expensive. So there's a lot of games you can get on there for like $5 to $10.
And there's a Halloween sale going on right now too.
Yes,
so.
there is, and I'm trying to avoid it. Thanks for reminding me. Because there's not many on there I don't already freaking own.
Yeah.
But there is.
There's also a Halloween sale on the Viveport store, which is kind of cool. And they got more games than the Oculus store. Another game is Brookhaven. It's the Brookhaven Experiment.
I like Brookhaven.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet though. So it's on sale for $6.
It's interesting. It's not what I really thought it was going to be, and I mean it's good, but it's not great. Kind of like that whole thing that Fork was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those.
Because I actually just got my VR, just recently, so I haven't gone through too many games yet. So I'm still going through them. And then another one that looks really good that I wanted to get was a chair in a room.
The chair in the room kind of bored me.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. Have you checked out Face Your Fears?
No.
They're actually free, dude, to download. They're actually pretty decent, and it's exactly what you think.
What about Five Nights at Freddy VR?
It didn't impress me that much.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I was going through Chuck E. Cheese.
Because it's got a high rating.
Oh, it
Kids
does.
love that game.
Theory people love that game.
Let's not get into Fury people.
Wait, what kind of people? What?
Fury.
Wilson's Heart.
Oh yeah, that looked really good.
Is a great little game. I recommend that one. I've beat it twice, and I'm getting ready to go on my third playthrough through that one.
Well, I am playing a game called Carnage Chronicles right now, which is pretty badass.
I don't think I've tried that one yet.
Well, if you ever want to play it, let me know because it's multiplayer, and I'm looking for someone to play it with.
And The Exorcist Legion VR, you just can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Oh, it is. It's fun as hell. And I think the entire game is like, what is it, like $15 for all the different missions, and you get to play detective and everything all at the same time, so it's pretty good.
See, what I want to do is find the scariest VR game I can find, and then put one of my family members in there and just film them, get their reaction.
Ariana's pretty good for that.
Ariana, okay.
Grande? No, sorry.
Or you can try the Cathedral. That it's part of Allison's Diary series. There's 3 of them: the Hospital, Cathedral, and the Villa. Those are actually pretty decent. They're only like a couple of bucks on Oculus. They're not very expensive at all.
Oh yeah, the Alien Isolation VR mod. Have you tried that yet?
I haven't. No.
I want to try that too. And then the Grand Theft Auto 5 VR mod just came out.
But if you really want to try something freaky as hell, try Speak of the Devil.
Speak of the Devil? Okay.
It's on Oculus.
There's so much good stuff.
It's what's the best way to describe Speak of the Devil? It is basically a live action. So you're in the game.
That's cool.
You're in the game with actors and actresses. It's not very long. It's only like $2. So I mean, come on, don't be one of them guys on Twitter. I paid $2 and I didn't play it for 300 hours.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one of those. The game's
No.
not very long, but it is brutal.
Well, off subject a little bit. I've been playing Asgard's Wrath, and if anybody's into VR, buy that game because it's freaking amazing, and you get about 40 hours of gameplay.
I heard a lot of good things about that one.
Oh my god, that game! Think of God of War almost in VR. You know, it's really good.
And I actually had fun with Affected the Manor. I thought that was
What is it called?
Fun.
Affected the Manor?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking them up right now.
Don't Knock Twice was really fun in VR.
I actually played that, but not in VR. I did it for the achievement points.
Played it in VR.
All right.
It's quite entertaining in VR. And I wish Chernobyl Light was VR, but it's not. At least not yet. Because Chernobyl Light is fun as hell, and I still haven't finished it yet.
So many good VR games. And you know what's great about VR is VR games come out like every week, new ones.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize it. Insomniac makes a ton of VR games.
Yes. And they're coming out with Stormland, and Stormland looks fucking awesome, dude.
It
reminds me of... Yes.
Edge of Nowhere is a really good Insomniac game.
Stormland looks like Anthem in VR almost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm buying that game.
And I'm trying to think of the other one I just got. Oh, what is the name of it? Don't buy Pacify if you see that on the Steam store. I know it's like $1. Don't waste your dollar. Give it to a guy on the street before you spend it on that game. Game is so terrible, the dead girl will actually glitch through the entire house and come after you. It's pretty bad. What is the name of it? Come on, you can do it. Oh, it's Visage. I'm sorry. Visage. I've actually talked about this game before. It's an early play title. The creators keep adding content to this game on a weekly basis. I think the game costs $16.99, and they're always adding something to it. It's
early access.
Yeah. So they're always adding something to this game. I've got about 7 or 8 hours into it, and it just gets kind of crazy. It is definitely the true game equivalent of going through a haunted house. There's no doubt about it. Because there's so much shit goes on inside this house. It's just crazy. And
have you tried
scares?
Have you tried Kobold?
No.
No, that looks
sadly.
pretty good.
I've not tried that one yet.
Yeah, that looks good too. It's only like $3, and that's on sale. Usually like 10.
Yep, the name of the game is Visage. It's on Steam. It's under early access. It's actually a really good game.
I'm looking at it
if
right
you're
now.
into those type of games. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to be into the genre.
Oh, there's lots of different genres I'm into.
Yeah, because some people, they hear you talk about a game like Visage, like, man, it sucked. There was nobody to shoot. No, because you don't shoot in this type of game.
Yeah.
It's not a first-person shooter. If I told you to get a first-person shooter, it would be, Call of Duty maybe. But
there are good first-person shooters in VR.
Yeah, I've got one, and I cannot think of the name of it, but it's an early access title too.
Arizona Sunshine or whatever.
I've played that one, but this is a new one. It's a military-based shooter, and I just cannot think of the name of it.
Because Arizona Sunshine looked good.
Yeah, it's entertaining. I'm kind of
go around shooting zombies.
I'm kind of burnt out on the entire zombie thing, though.
Yeah, me too.
I'm kind of over it. But unless anybody else has anything they want to add, that we will end the podcast here, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. We will have Tales of Terror will be on the podcast with us. His name's Stephen Hutchinson. He is a huge movie, I don't know how to put it, aficionado, if you want to call him that. He's all into the genre. If there's anything about a movie from 1970 to 2019, this is the guy to tell you about it. He will be on the podcast with us. We will have IGXL, if you haven't heard of him. He is a YouTuber, and all he does is horror streaming. So he will be on the show with us next time as well. So, but I'm going to do the outros for everybody, and we're going to hop out of here and let everybody enjoy their Sunday night, what's left of it at least. So, Fork Daddy, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
You can find me Forkboy Gaming on Twitter and Forkboy Gaming on Twitch. Also here on the Horror Podcast and also on Gaming Beyond the Box on Wednesdays. Just come on out, show your face. We appreciate anything you guys give, even just showing up and hanging out. Appreciate all you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be where we're at. We got 2 podcasts running, streams going with 70 plus subs. It's insane. Thank you for all you guys do. Thank you for all you guys have helped us with. I mean, we're over 2,200 subs on here now. So thank you, every one of you that's helped us.
All right, and Jeepers, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on Twitter at Creep Freak, and that's freak with a PH. Sorry, peeps. And you can find me the same name at on Xbox. You can find me, or I just started a YouTube channel actually.
Yeah, actually, put your link in, dude, in the chat.
Yeah, I need to do that. I don't have like a name yet or a URL yet because I don't have enough subscribers, so I can't like shout.
I'm a
out.
subscriber.
Thank you.
I'm a subscriber, of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I mean, if we're all going to suck ourselves off, I'm a subscriber.
Well, if I don't do it, who is?
Exactly.
Well, all right.
So-
I've got somebody for that. All right.
So it's some weird bunch of letters, you know how they do it. There you go.
There you go.
And
You got it, Jeep.
yep. And then you can find me on this the HorrorCast and wait, the HorrorCast. The horror.
Damn
The HorrorCast.
Oh,
HorrorCast. And then you can find me on Dazcast. I'm on the Dazcast as well. And that's about it. Thank you for having me.
All right, and Leo.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on here. My first podcast ever.
Yay!
You did good.
You did good.
And you can find me at Leonidas1084 everywhere. Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter. You name it, it's Leonidas1084.
We might actually have you on Gaming Beyond the Box this week too, Leo.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Hey, thanks for everybody coming out. Make sure and press that like button. I'm the Evil Ghost. You can find me on Xbox, Twitter, Twitch, hanging out with the Forking Crew, or on Game with the Box podcast, or the HorrorCast. Suck my
HorrorCast.
dick, you fuck. That's right. Anyway, you guys are all really wonderful people. Just got a double kill headshot. I was kind of happy about that one. Oh, you whore. Anyways, thanks for everybody coming out. Sorry.
All right. And of course, I'm Wilmy Hood. You can find me here when we do this podcast. You can find me every Wednesday night on Gaming Beyond the Box at 8 p.m. Not this coming Monday night, but next Monday night, I will be on Mr. Boomstick's Prime show at 8 p.m. I think it is, or 9. I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll put up something to let everybody know. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me here on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. I am every fucking where now. I am like Visa. I'm pretty much just. I'm every fucking where, man. There's probably some girl at Walmart right now that's got a like a tramp stamp above her ass with my gamer tag on it.
So there's a Wilming Hood.
that gives me an idea.
Oh God. I knew I shouldn't have said that out loud. But like I said, we are actually going, the next podcast, we're going to have Steve Hutchinson on the show with us. We're going to have IGXL, who does nothing but stream horror gaming on YouTube. And in January, we will have the man himself, Bill Top Chop Mosley. So, and I'm here to tell you guys, if he actually backs out, I'm going to be pretty damn pissed. So, I am keeping a copy of that email, so I will blackmail his ass by the time it comes around. So, it's one thing to, to have other YouTubers on your podcast and all that good shit, but to have a legend like this guy on your podcast, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely plan. We will have him on here. I'm hoping. Watch, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack and fall over dead the day before the show airs or some shit. But the beauty of getting old. But thanks everybody for coming out to the first show. Like I said, we did have a couple of people that had to, cancel on us at the last minute. But I think we did pretty well. And we're going to work on the idea that Fort Boy had. Getting people in the Discord, put in the list of movies and all that good stuff and ratings. So, for once, Fork had a great idea. So, everybody in the chat, give him a big round of applause, which we can't hear you, so don't really do that, okay? But that's it for tonight. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you Monday night on Gaming Beyond the Box at 8 p.m.